Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is a Dollar Tree Christmas kitchen decor. Christmas kitchen decor. This video is sponsored by Instacart, and Instacart is a way to save so much time, especially now during the holidays, because it basically gives you a shopping assistant that does your groceries for you.
So you can go either on the Instacart app or website and just go ahead and sign up. You can do that with Facebook or Google. Now it's going to show you all of the stores that you have available in your neighborhood that offer this service. Now I went ahead and picked Aldi. You can shop by department and just go ahead and pick your items that way. Or you can use the search bar up top and look for items specifically. So just go ahead and type that in and you'll see all of the options that you have available and just add them to your cart. While you're shopping, you can go ahead and speak to your personal shopper directly just in case an item is no longer available. And you even have the option of looking for coupons that are available in that store and plugging in your member number so you're not missing out on anything that you would be in stores. After that, you have groceries delivered in as little as 1 hour, which is amazing.
For me, it's been a really big time saver because now that I'm filming a lot more because of the holidays and I'm gift wrapping and decorating, sometimes I just don't have time to run out and get stuff, so having it delivered is just really convenient. So definitely check them out. The link will be in my description, and I really hope that you enjoy this video and you stick around by subscribing to this channel. Once you hit that subscribe button, we instantly become best friends.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
And let's go ahead and get started.
I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is the paper towel holder, and I got this in the kitchen section of Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using these little standalone decor pieces. These were in the candle aisle, but they're not candle holders. They're just little standalone pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little penguin, and with some side cutters, I'm actually going to remove that little metal piece because if you don't, then you won't be able to get your paper towel roll in. So I don't think you can remove this by hand. I definitely feel like you would need a good set of pliers or side cutters to get this off. But once you remove it, it is fairly easy to get on there. If you have a paper towel holder that already has a little piece to hold it in place, then you can just glue it to that. The ones from Dollar Tree don't have that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a mix of E6000 and hot glue to put it in place. The hot glue is going to keep it in place, but you're going to want to wait until the E6000 dries completely, which is 24 hours, before adding your paper roll. And when it's done, you have a super cute and affordable kitchen paper towel holder. For the next one, I'm going to be using this thankful sign from Dollar Tree. You can get this in the picture frame aisle, but you can also use anything else that you can find. I found another solid wood piece at Dollar Tree. This is much longer. And the only reason I didn't use this is because it doesn't have that little piece that lets you hang this on the wall. But if you're going to use this for stocking holders, then you don't really need that. So I painted mine white. I actually spray painted it. And now I'm going to make sure that that little piece is facing up while I add my little pieces. Now these are already stocking holders that Dollar Tree sells. So I am going to remove that little felt piece on the bottom so I can adhere it, and I'm going to add it to the top. You can use this as a stocking holder if you just want one piece, but I plan on using this in the kitchen to hold spoons and my little mittens you'll see in just a second. So before securing them in place, I actually just want to play around with placement. These are a little wider than the plaque, so you want to make sure that they're not going over so that you can actually hang them on the wall. So you'd rather them hang forward than hang back. So I'm just playing around with placement to see how I like it. You can use a pencil to mark down where you are going to place everything. You can also use a ruler to space them out appropriately. I just eyeballed mine, and when it was time to adhere, I used a mix of E6000 and hot glue like I'm doing for all these other tutorials. But before hanging it on the wall, I am going to make sure that the E6000 dries really well at a minimum of 24 hours because this is actually really heavy. These are heavy ceramic pieces because they're meant to be stocking holders, so you don't want to hang it on the wall before it's dry and then it falls forward and breaks. So once it's completely dry, I went ahead and hung it on my wall and added all of my gingerbread goodies. And I think that this is so adorable. You can of course use this on your mantle for some stockings, and you have super cute, affordable, unique decor. For my next piece, I used this frame, which I found at Dollar Tree, and I'm actually going to take it apart. It comes apart in 2 pieces because it just snaps together, which is amazing because you can add whatever you want. So I spray painted this white. Any white paint will do, or you can use acrylic paint. And then for the middle, I used this Dollar Tree chalkboard. These are chalkboards on both sides, so this is actually a reversible sign, which is perfect for kitchen display. So now I'm gonna go ahead and place it in there. When I tried this out the first time, it actually closed nicely. This time around, I think I used one of the thicker Dollar Tree Jot chalkboards. They do have 2 kinds, so be sure you look out for that. The little sticker looks different and they are different sizes. So now when I'm trying to put it in place, there are little areas that stay open. Not completely open, like you can tell this is shut, but you can see the indentation. To mask that a bit, I'm going to use this Dollar Tree diamond wrap and I'm going to cut it into a single strip. To be completely honest with you, I'm not a diamond wrap person, but I thought this looked really cute because it ended up looking like little lights on the border. I'm going to start hot gluing it to the bottom just in case I do mess up, or you can see the glue. It's not all that visible. So when you start from the bottom and work your way around, you're leaving that little scraggly piece behind. By the way, be very careful with your fingers because these do have blank spaces where you can definitely get burned. But when I was done, I had this super cute little sign, and I am gonna add, I was originally going to add some greenery to the top, but then I remembered that I had these super cool trucks. These are ornaments from Dollar Tree as well, so I just hot glued one to the top. And I kind of regret not hot gluing this to the bottom and putting a bow to the top, but you can do that to the other side since this is reversible. So now I was just looking at what ribbon I had from Dollar Tree, and these are my 2 options. So I made a tiny little bow. I am not the best at this. I just cut everything into single pieces and hot glued them, then tied something around the middle piece, and then added the 2 little tails. So this is probably the worst bow tutorial ever, but it did the trick. And once it was done, I just kind of hot glued it to the bottom. And I thought this actually ended up looking really, really cute. So now you can use some regular chalk or some chalk pens, which is what I'm using. And I'm writing a little menu out. I'm making it look like a little Santa cafe. So I'm writing just that, Santa's cafe, and some drink options. So now I have this super cool reversible little menu board, memo board, whatever you want. You don't have to use it in your kitchen, but I think it is adorable. For the next craft, we're gonna take my famous scale, and I'm just gonna recycle that little lid. I'll leave all the tutorials that I've made on the scale below. I've made tons of these, and they're all over Pinterest now. Dollar Tree had this red oil burner, and I grabbed another coaster, and I spray painted it all one color red. You can use whatever red you want. And then the little bowl up top, I spray painted white, although Dollar Tree does have white bowls. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach them. After making so many scales, I figured out that I like attaching them after painting. So I'm just going to add E6000 and push it back. So not forward, but back so the little lid fits. If you've seen the tutorials, you know that I always do that. So now I'm going to hot glue the little lid in place, adding glue to the 12 and the 6 so it's nice and straight, and covering that little hole. And as you can see, I probably added a little too much of the hot glue. So now we are going to move on to the little bowl. This part is optional because you don't really see it, but I just took some red acrylic paint and I gave it the enamel look by just adding a rim of it to it. The messier it looks, the better. But like I said, you can't really see this, so this part is definitely optional. I had this little buckle left over from that Dollar Tree wine bag that looks like a Santa suit, and I grabbed some black felt and just cut it into one long strip. If I had a rotary cutter, this would probably be a little bit more precise, but I could not find mine, so I just used regular scissors and tried to cut as straight as possible and then looped my little buckle through. You don't have to use this little buckle if you can't find that wine bag at Dollar Tree. You can use whatever you want. You can even make one out of felt. But I didn't want this to go to waste since I already used the bag on one of my pillows. So now I'm just trying to figure out where I want it. If I want it up top, in the middle, on the bottom. Because this bowl isn't perfect, it is going to be a little funky. So I just took the bowl off and added a dab of hot glue to the middle to place my buckle, and then worked my way all the way around. This was the easiest I can do it, but next time I might just paint a black strip instead of adding felt. You can fill the top with whatever you want. I found these mini wreaths at Dollar Tree and they fit perfectly, but you can also do the little picks that Dollar Tree sells as well, or just fill it with ornaments. It's up to you and whatever matches your decor. You can even add fake fruit. Like I said, up to you. So I decided to stick with the wreath, and I think it looks super duper cute and gives the scale a nice festive look. For the next craft, I wanted to make a tiered tray, and these chargers from Dollar Tree are actually pretty amazing. They're nice and sturdy. So I decided to use this as the bottom piece, and then I found this little bucket thing at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to remove the lid and use that as the top. Now it is pretty flimsy, so you are gonna want to put like a round piece of something in there. You can use one of these stove covers from Dollar Tree if you don't want to buy something that isn't Dollar Tree, like a wood round. And I actually painted it the same shade of red that I did the scale. Now I'm going to use the solar light from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take it apart, and then I'm going to remove all the stickers and all that. In order to make this nice and straight and sturdy, I use these little round pieces of wood, and I painted them red just so that you cannot see them. I attach them to the little pole first, and I'm going to do that the same way that I've been doing everything, which is with a mix of hot glue and E6000. So I'm basically going to rim the inside completely with E6000 so it drops down, and then on the edges put some hot glue. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to do the other side. As usual, when you are doing this, you want to make sure that it dries completely before assembling anything that has weight to it. So even though you see me assembling it all together, I actually let everything dry in between. So now that this is dry, we're going to go ahead and place it on the bottom charger. And this is doing the exact same thing. Make sure that it's nice and centered and add E6000 and hot glue. You can skip the hot glue if you are going to let it dry on its own. Now I am going to take that round piece of wood and put it on the bottom of that top piece. Like I said, you could use a stove cover. And now I'm going to add a generous amount of hot glue and E6000 and press that in and let it dry before adding my final piece. Now you can leave it like this, but I decided to make use of that little solar piece. So I'm filling it with E6000 to create a little plug and then some hot glue. The coolest thing about this is that the solar part is going to work. So if you are using this outdoors or close to a window, then this is definitely going to light up, which is so adorable. There is a little bubble up top on the lid, so you are going to know when it's centered. You're going to let it dry completely, clean it off, and then add whatever you want to it. I think this is so cute, affordable, and super duper unique. For the next craft, I'm going to be using the container that we had left over. Oh, you thought I was just going to let this go to waste? So I'm going to use one of the Dollar Tree candle holders, and I'm painting it the same red that I painted everything else. And then to make sure that this is nice and sturdy, I'm going to use one of the little round pieces of wood. These were purchased at Walmart in a multi-pack. So I believe it's 6 to a pack and it's like 2 something. Sometimes they sell them 3 to a pack. And then the large ones are 99 cents each. I'm adding a generous amount of hot glue. And before placing it, I want to make sure that it is nice and centered. So as is, you can go ahead and add some fruit to this if you're using it in your kitchen. You can add whatever you want to it, a ton of ornaments. But I found these berries at Dollar Tree, which were absolutely stunning. So with my pliers, side cutters, whatever you call them, I just started arranging some in, and I thought they looked gorgeous. So I ended up using 4 bouquets of these. And then to fill it up a little bit more, I found these branches at Dollar Tree. So I cut them down, put them in place, And I think this looks so cool, and it is definitely a craft that I wouldn't have thought of unless I thought to recycle that little piece. So this is what happens when you recycle, and I really, really hope that you enjoyed these crafts. Let me know in the comments which one you'll be recreating. Be sure to check out Instacart. The link will be in my description, so you guys can go ahead and download it. And as usual, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will hopefully see you on the next one.